Hello everyone and welcome to Hey Mom, Play This. I'm Kimmy Amber and I'm standing at the portal section of Home. And this video is going to be about wing lights and candle run in the Daylight Prairie. So we're leaving the villages, going into the bird's nest. Wing light child right below us as we come out. And then I take a right. Ancestral spirit there on the ground. Now you may find a candle run route that makes more sense to you. This is just the way I do everything. But I hope it will give you an idea of where these things can be found in the realms. Map. Oh, I forgot to show you the one other map in villages. It's on the first island, the first Bell Island. Around the big temple up here to this little stand. We'll go back and get that little winglight child in a minute because I'm on my route. And when I say route, I mean my candlelight route, because you do this so often that going to get the winglight children is just kind of a side shoot of your candle run. Down through the hole. If you can't get to the hole, you can through the hole, because sometimes that takes some getting used to lining yourself up. If you can't, you can just fly down there from the side of that particular bird nest. Then we're going to flip around and go up here, another ancestral spirit. Most of Daylight Prairie is kind of floaty. Doesn't take much energy to stay up in the air, but it makes it difficult to land anywhere. All right, and that's all the candles in the bird's nest. We grab our winglight child over here. And then we're going to go out through this pathway in the clouds. So if you can't see it now, there is the first spirit gate that I showed you out of Butterfly Fields, the one on the right as you come in. That's the pathway to the bird's nest, which we just came out of. And this is Sanctuary Island. This was a season addition to Sky. So at some point we will do the season of Sanctuary. And the sky is completely red right now because it's sunset. And at sunset, the Sanctuary Turtle has a light event where you can get, I think it's about 200 light in a matter of 10 minutes. It's one of 3 major light collecting times. And you can do them all if you start at the first one when it starts. You can do all 3 of them in an hour. 2 of them, I think about this, 2 of them are associated with Sanctuary Island here. Turtle is over there on my right. You go over there and there are clams, oysters, that you open and you can get light from them. The turtle itself has light that it generates for you. All right, oh my goodness, I missed one of the children. Over here on this first floating island that we were in, This is what happens when you try to walk and chew gum at the same time. So normally, I would come over here and I would grab this candle cake. So, little detour. My mom used to say that it's not a trip unless you have to make a U-turn. So I would come over here and get my little candle cake, and then I slide down this wall. Because there is one of our winglight children just kind of hanging out. And then I would fly over to the top of the mountain, which I'm not going to do because you just saw where it's at. It's kind of hiding in a little cave. From the mountain, I would go over towards Turtle Island, and you can barely see the little halo. There's another winglight child up here. There are 7 winglight children in Sanctuary. Sanctuary Island. And again, very floaty area. So it doesn't take a whole lot of energy to stay in space, in the air. There are geysers over here, so if you don't have enough wing light to fly up here from wherever it is you're flying, maybe you're down there at Turtle, there's a geyser right below this that will kick you up here so that you can get this wing light. Grab it as we go by. And if we can get down here, where that star is, there's our turtle. And he carries a darkness plant on his back. And once it's completely lit, completely burned off, then it generates some light. And if you're not on the turtle when it's being burned down, sometimes it's hard, particularly in the red light, to figure out where the light is actually hanging out in the world. So we're going to burn this down with them. Normally I would not stop in a candle run to do this. And our friends have disappeared, so we're not going to take the time to do this because we're on a candle run. And once the turtle surfaces, he goes down below the water and he comes back. There will be a large clam here. All right, so from the winglight child that's up there on that little island, we're going to come down here to this cavern. Turtle and that winglight are pretty much the only thing you're going to go over to that section for. You can see the halo of the winglight child back there. Burn some darkness. A couple of crabs. Let's change your orientation. On your heads, boys. Our winglight child. Now, there are a couple of jellyfish in this cavern over here on the left. If you get up on one of those, there is a hole that will take you to the other side of the island. So when you're on your your candle run, that is a way that you can go. And I go this way because there's a winglight child hiding over here. Now, if I don't have to go over to Turtle Island, and there are no winglight children to pick up, then I actually go from the floating island we started on directly to this section I'm about to get to for the candle cake that's here. Because you're already up high, you might as well get the stuff that's up high. Fly up toward the top of the mountain, through the little... There's a pathway between the two peaks there. And then there's a candle cake here. There's our map stone for this, for Sanctuary Island, and that ancestor spirit there, that's a season guide. So we will get to doing season guides. I just recorded one actually for for Season of Dreams. This is Season of Sanctuary, and we'll come in and do the entirety of the season quest line at once, because when it's not the actual season, during the season you only get your quests once every 2 weeks. Replayability, remember. Keep you engaged. Well, once the season's gone by, the guide will have their friendship tree that has all of the quests on it, and you can just go from one to the next to the next. Now, most of the cosmetics that were available during the season will be non-available when the season ends. But those spirits associated with the spirit season can come back as traveling spirits, and then you have an opportunity to get the cosmetics that they would have had during season. Not all of them. There are some items that were exclusive to you doing it during the season, but the majority of the cosmetics are available again when they come back as traveling spirits. Keeping in mind that most butterflies, most seasons have 4, 5, 6 spirits associated with it. We are in the 25th live season, so there's a lot of traveling spirits. If you see one, grab anything and everything that you can get that you want, because you may not see them again for a while. Oh, somebody's actually trying to do this plant, so we're going to get rid of the red guy. We're going to stand here and help them, maybe. I'm having a little bit of a moment. We're going to try to help them. I cannot do that part. You're welcome to go and I will help you. So this one takes multiple people because there are multiple branches and there's branches off of the branches. So you need somebody to hold the branch that has been burned at bay while somebody else is burning off the branch that is... it is not an easy thing. And I appreciate every person who is able to do this. I'm more than willing to stand here and help. There's a little one in Hidden Forest that I'm finally able to do all by myself. I was so proud of myself the other day. But I tend to fall off of the branches. So there's a lot of light off of that tree. Server merges help, because you could go by and it's there as you go up. You know what? I forgot. There's a winglight child. Did I get it? Oh. So busy talking, I don't even know if I got it. So we went, and you can just climb this if you want. We went over there, and then we turned around and we went up through that hole. And I was busy with these little crabs. There's a winglight child back here. Did we get him? We did get him. Okay. Guess I really should stop chewing gum while I'm trying to fly around islands. So we had the one on the first floating island, the one at the top of the volcano, the one by Turtle. That's 3. This one here is 4. The one we just got, this one is 5. The one in the cave on the other side is 6. Are there 8? Now I have to think. We come in, there's one on that first island. We fly over to the top of the volcano, that's 2. We fly over to Turtle Island, that's 3. There's one in the cave on the back side, which is 4. There's one on the wall, 5. The one by the big tree is 6. This is 7. And the one under the waterfall is 8. So there are 8 spirits here. Come from the waterfall through the pathway over there. There's some lights right here, and then he's up on that ladder area, scaffolding. And then I come out this way. I generally tend to do Daylight Prairie in time to get to this area, which is called the Polluted Geyser, and there are a whole bunch of darkness plants that are right in this area. This is called Polluted Geyser. It is part of the Daily Quest line. I occasionally visit the Polluted Geyser in Sanctuary Island or in Daylight Prairie. All of the other geysers you can stand in, they will explode and take you someplace else on the island. This one is polluted, so if you get into it, you start to lose light. But this is part of those 3 items or places where you can get a bunch of light. On the hour of the even hour, that's not going to work because not everybody's in an even hour. So global reset is at midnight Pacific. Figure out what that equates for you. For me, that's 2 a.m. So on the even hour for me, geyser, the little glumerols, I think is what they're called, they will start to smoke. At 5 minutes after the hour, the geyser will start to explode, and it throws out little darkness balls. You light those. That goes on for 10 minutes. So for my example, 2:05, those balls will start to explode in a geyser, 1 every minute for 10 minutes. And you get about 200 light out of it. Then, since we're talking about them, at past, there's a thing that we all call grandmas. It's the ancestors' table of belonging, I think is what it's called. And she serves dinner. At past, she starts to cook. At 35, she starts to serve. That's also every minute for 10 minutes, ending at 45. And then at 50, turtle starts, and that lasts for 10 minutes. Between the 3 of them, you should be able to get about 900 candle wax in that hour. Of course, you have to be standing here when it all starts for that to be an hour. I usually start my candle run at about 20 minutes of the even hour, and I can end shortly after grandma, so usually by the hour again, an hour later, an hour and 20 minutes, I can do all of my candle run that I intend to do for the day and get 15 to 18 candles in that run. So now I have to put you on pause because the only way to get to the last section of Daylight Prairie is to go back to portals and come back. So I will be right back with you. All right, I am back. We are in Butterfly Fields. There's our temple, the little ball in Butterfly Fields. We're going to go like we were going to the Daylight Caverns. I'm going to stand here and get some... I can get energy from the clouds. Because the entrance to Prairie Peaks, which is the last area of Daylight Prairie, is through this section of the Daylight Caverns. I think that's what they're called. Get some light out of the wings. But instead of going through the cavern, we're going to come over here to the left. This was part of a season. Again, the Valley of Triumph constellation rather than Daylight Prairie. And we have this boat. So we're going to take this boat. Well, maybe we're going to take this boat. Sit down, you silly little child. And we're going to take this little journey. Some of the boats have cute little cutscenes that you can watch. This area was I wish I could remember the name of the season. It has, the quest line in here has to do with photography, so you can get a little bit of camera that you can take pictures of your sky existence, which is really kind of nice. So this, all right, there's going to be a cut right there because I have flying issues, in case you didn't know. And I decided it would probably be better if I started over in Prairie Peaks. It got dark. I couldn't find where I was, a specific spot I was trying to go to. So this is Prairie Peaks. Very pastoral, very pretty. The season guide for the season that started this area is down there, and I think that's the map stone right above his head on that little promontory. Cute little area. The tallest mountain in sky is right up there, and then we are actually going to go over there to our left. And I thought Jaren was coming to help us, but he went someplace else. Jaren is sitting next to me playing his game. And we were talking about the fact that I was having trouble. He says, do you need some assistance? But now he's in a whole different area. So now that it's light, I may be okay. Come over here, hugging the clouds, instead of going into... whoop, I got knocked off by the clouds. Instead of going down to the level, I'm trying to get up here because 2 of these wing lights are very, very high. And yeah, I have energy management problems. I don't fly very well. I am headed for this cavern right here because it puts me up high, or that entrance, because it puts me up high in this cavern. Now this cavern, you can come in from the bottom, but there's a wing light child right on the other side of this overhang up there to my left where those birds are flying. So since I have issues, I am going to... Oh, I'm sorry, it's right in front of us. Oh, I thought it was to the right. I start up high and come through that cavern to get this wing light child. Now, I mentioned Jaren because I have so much trouble with this that a lot of times I'm just holding his hand and he's doing all the flying. Jaren is my friend from that you met in Eye of Eden. Now, you can go up through this cloud layer, and I don't know if I've got enough light to do it. I will try. You can go up through that cloud layer to get to the next one, which is on top of the highest mountain in sky. So being high is helpful, but there's lots and lots of clouds around it. So if this doesn't work for me, and sometimes it doesn't.
You're already doing it wrong.
I'm already doing it wrong, he says. You're supposed to fly around in circles with an open wing in order to get up there. And yeah, no. So we're going to go down here to the ground then and go out the cavern by the ground level. So you would be coming in here on the ground, and you will have to for the one of the season quests. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video or this one. The season quests in here all had to do with photography and nature, and you basically went and did a quest, took a picture, and that was the quest for the day. But you have to come in here for one of those. So this is the way you would get here then, is on the ground level. And I have no energy to fly out of here, so skip, 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 skip. I skip a lot. I've skipped more in this game than I have ever skipped in my entire life, and I can't honestly say that I was ever a skipping type of kid. But it's a lot of skipping. Okay, so for this one, because it's on top of that mountain, we want to get as high toward that mountain. Slow down. It's way up there. You can't even see the halo from him. We want to get as high as we can. So we're going to go over here and climb this mountain up here. This pathway up the mountain. there are 3 Winglight children in this. I'm not going to be able to do this because I have no light to jump these. Jaren's over here laughing at me. It's so sad. And there's... Oh, there's a pathway. I just was on the wrong section. Okay. So we'll go up this way instead. And while we're here, let's go to these light blooms and get some energy. Hey! Stand up there. Wait for us to completely... And then we'll just keep following this path. I'm not going to fly up this path at this point because, well, energy problems. I'm just going to go ahead and skip. But I can jump up that one. Save us a little bit of distance. But I'm going to need as much of that light as I can to get up to the clouds so that I can stay in them. I am sky challenged, child challenged. I'm not a very good platformer for jumping from another ancestral spirit. Jumping from place to place is not my idea of fun. Let's see. How shall we approach this? Let's go over to that one over there. I want to get as close as I can. As high as I can. And use the clouds to catapult me, but then also to recharge my energy. Climb, 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 climb. It's such a long way. All right. Let's open our wings, and we're going to fly, hopefully, over to this cloud. And we're going to get some energy from that one. And we're going to fly over to that dark cloud. We're under the mountain now, but you cannot fly directly up there. Even if you have enough wing light, I don't think it's possible because there's wind coming off of that mountain and it will just blow you here, there, and everywhere. So we're just going to come over here and use these clouds to get as high as we can. You just keep flying up. We just hit the... See, there he is, way up here on the top of this mountain. Just got hit by the wind wall, the edge of the play. And landing here can be a challenge as well because it's windy up here. So you do the best you can to land. There we go. I don't know how many months I played this game before I ever came up here to get that one. And I think Jaren is the one who brought me up here. So, might have been Cheetah. Cheetah you also met in the Eden video. Along with Red Panda Witch, Panda. And all of this is her fault. She introduced me to Sky about a year ago. And then through some conversations a few months back, actually about a year ago as well, we were playing some games. We're waiting for something to... Down below the waterfall is where we're swimming now. We were waiting for a very large game to upload so that we could play it. She lives about 1,000 miles from us. And she goes, well, hey mom, play this. So that's where that all started from. And every time I turn around, she's introducing me to new games. So on my channel, there's a couple of puzzle games. She sent those to me. There's another one that we're both interested in, and that's our third light child in Prairie Peaks. It's called The Gecko Gods, I think is what it's called. It is so cute. I just downloaded a demo on it. I might have a chance to get to it, but I just downloaded dozens of games. So I want to try and expand and do something other than just puzzle games. So it may be a while before I get to Gecko Gods. It is so cute though. I sent her a text and I said, earthen pottery is no match for me. I am Gecko, hear me chirp. If you get a chance to check out the Gecko Gods, you should, it's cute. All right, that is it for Daylight Prairie Candle and Wing Light Run. I'm going to be doing each realm. I've already done Isle of Dawn. Thank you for coming with me on my search for candles and wing light children. This is Hey Mom, Play This. I'm Kimmy Amber, and we'll see you again in the skies.